The archive that never existed. Most people will never learn what the U.S. government hides, and most of them sleep peacefully because of it. Maggie Ford wasn't one of those people. She grew up in California, but her older brother, Daniel, disappeared in Arizona at 24. The police told her he had wandered off during a desert storm. The official report said, "Lost without a trace." Maggie never believed it. 8 years later, on a cold November morning, she found an unmarked envelope in her mailbox. No return address. Inside was a single sheet of paper, typed on an old machine. "You don't know why your brother disappeared, but I do. Come to Sinai Road, 3:33 a.m." There was no signature, but at the bottom, faintly visible under the ink, was a government classification stamp. Archive 7B, confidential. Maggie had never heard of such an archive, and she knew that meant it was real. She packed a recorder, 3 cameras, a flashlight, a notebook, and a handgun she barely knew how to use. 24 hours later, she was in Arizona, driving down a cracked desert highway that didn't appear on any map. Sinai Road. Locals told it something else. The mile that eats people. More than 40 disappearances in 50 years. No bodies, no witnesses, no explanation. What kind of road consumes human beings? Chapter 1. The Road with No End. At exactly 3:12 a.m., Maggie reached the old metal sign, SINAIRD. Most of the letters had faded. 2 bullet holes pierced the tin plate. The desert air was heavy, unnaturally warm. Her phone lost signal half an hour earlier. She parked, grabbed her flashlight, and stepped out. The gravel under her feet shifted like something alive beneath it. She checked the time again. 3:19 a.m. 14 minutes until whatever or whoever summoned her. The darkness around her felt thick, almost oily. She heard nothing. Not insects, not wind, not even her own heartbeat for a moment. Then, a whisper, so faint she almost thought it was her imagination. "Maggie." She spun around. Nobody. But the whisper came again, this time from the left, drifting in the air like smoke. "Don't go forward." Her breath caught. The whisper had her brother's voice. Chapter 2. The Man in the Desert. At 3:32 a.m., a distant pair of headlights appeared. An old black sedan pulled up beside her, silent and slow. The driver stepped out, tall, gaunt, late 50s, wearing a government-issue suit, dusty and stiff. He looked at Maggie like someone who had already dug her grave. "Ford?" he asked. Maggie nodded. He handed her a file folder. Inside, a photo of Daniel, a map of Sinai Road, a document titled Archive 7B, Active Anomaly. "What is this?" Maggie asked. "The reason your brother vanished, and the reason I no longer work for them." "For who?" "The Department of Unclassified Phenomena." "That doesn't exist." He laughed bitterly. "That's why it works." Before she could speak, he motioned her to follow. "We have 3 minutes. Walk." They stepped onto the cracked asphalt. With each footstep, the road vibrated, like something beneath it was waking up. "What is Archive 7B?" Maggie asked. A containment record for things that can't be explained, things that shouldn't exist. And Sinai Road? Entry 7B14. A spatial anomaly, a loop, a trap. He paused. An organism. Maggie stopped walking. An organism? Yes, he said. And it feeds. Chapter 3. The 3:33 event. 3:33 a.m. The sky above them flickered like a broken fluorescent bulb. The desert horizon stretched unnaturally far, melting into darkness. The road beneath Maggie's feet breathed. The air trembled, the asphalt softened, the headlights of her car dimmed, then brightened with a pulse, as if syncing with a heartbeat. Maggie felt the ground shift under her boots, rising and falling. The man grabbed her arm. "Don't run. It reacts to movement." "What reacts?" He pointed downward. "The road." The asphalt cracked open like lips separating. A low groaning sound echoed from deep below, impossibly deep, like the earth itself was expressing hunger. Suddenly, a voice erupted from the fissure. "Maggie!" Her brother's voice, raw, distorted, screaming. "Help me!" She moved, and the man slammed his hand over her mouth. "That's not him," he whispered shakily. "It learns voices. It repeats whatever gets close." She froze, trembling. The voice screamed again. "Maggie, please!" Then gurgled, then laughed. The man whispered, "Now you understand why no bodies are found." Chapter 4. The recording. Maggie's hands shook as she lifted her camera. "I need proof," she said. "You'll get more than that." He handed her a small tape recorder. "Your brother had this when he disappeared." Maggie felt her stomach drop. The recorder was dented, scorched around the edges. Dried blood stained the bottom. Her trembling thumb pressed play. Static. Then Daniel's voice, panicked, running. "If someone finds this, don't go to Sinai Road. I thought it was just a story, but it's real." A horrible, slurping, grinding sound interrupted him. Then a woman's voice whispered, "Daniel." Not Maggie's voice. Not any human voice. Wet, hungry. Daniel screamed. The recording ended with a crunch, like bone breaking. Maggie dropped the recorder. Chapter 5. What the government buried. "Why would they hide this?" she whispered. The man exhaled shakily. "Because the anomaly keeps expanding. Every decade the loop grows another mile. We sealed this region and erased it from maps to delay exposure." "Delay?" Maggie asked. "Not stop?" "It can't be stopped," he said quietly. "Only fed slowly to prevent rapid growth." She stared at him, horrified. "They feed it?" He didn't answer. His silence was an answer enough. "You mean the disappearances?" "Yes," he whispered. "Sacrifices." Maggie stepped back. "You're monsters." "No," he said tiredly. "We're custodians. Monsters would let it starve, and if it starves—" He looked at the trembling horizon. "It spreads." Chapter 6. The Archive Revelation. The man pointed to the folder he gave her. "Page 7. Maggie opened it with numb fingers. A photo, blurry, night vision. A road folding upward like a tongue, a human figure halfway down its throat. Under it, "Surviving witness confirms road surface is semi-organic." She gagged. "This is insane." "It's America," the man replied. "Plenty of things here are insane." He lifted his sleeve. Burn marks, deep circular scars. I've been inside it. You survived? Part of me didn't. Chapter 7. The Road Awakens. The ground convulsed beneath them. The man swore. It's reacting to your brother's DNA. It remembers him. The fissures widened. Something massive shifted beneath the asphalt like a whale stirring under ice. A powerful wind slammed against them, but not from the sky, from below. The road inhaled, and Maggie felt herself sliding forward. The man grabbed her jacket. "Run! But you said run!" She sprinted toward her car. Behind her, the asphalt peeled open like a giant jaw. Rows of stone-like teeth clacked as they rose from the ground.
The man shouted, "I'll hold it! Go!" Maggie jumped into her car, slammed the door, turned the key. The engine wouldn't start. She screamed. Behind her, the man's flashlight rolled across the ground. No man, no body, just his voice, echoing from inside the open fissure. "Don't come back." The fissure snapped shut, silent. Chapter 8. Escape. The engine roared to life out of nowhere. Maggie didn't question it. She floored the gas. The road behind her buckled, cracked, and chased her like a wave. The horizon twisted. The desert lights bent. Time itself seemed to skip and flicker. Her car lifted off the ground for a second or an hour. She couldn't tell. When she finally burst through the invisible boundary of Sinai Road, the world snapped back to normal. Her phone buzzed. Signal returned. The sky looked ordinary. But the road behind her had vanished. Just sand. As if the mile never existed. Epilogue. Archive 7B lives on. 3 days later, Maggie uploaded her footage to 5 separate cloud servers, but only one file remained. The rest corrupted, unplayable. And the surviving file was just 3 seconds of audio. "Maggie, you didn't save me." A whisper in Daniel's voice, or what the road remembered of him. Maggie shut her laptop. She knew what she had to do next. Not run, not hide. Expose everything. Because most people sleep peacefully not knowing what the U.S. government hides. But Maggie Ford was done sleeping. And the archive that never existed was about to be revealed to the world.